Let me send the question here. Did you get the questions?
Yes.
Okay. I am increasing the volume on my micro. Maybe it is better for you. Okay. Good morning, Joaquin. Good morning, people who follow us on YouTube as well. We are here for a new English immersion with me as a facilitator here in the platform of Talk and Talk. Just let me explain you a little bit about Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a platform of languages where you can practice and learn new languages such as English, Spanish, Italian, German, Mandarin, and others that are going to start the next year. We are here just for practicing or using the English knowledge that we already have. So we don't have a teacher here. I am not an English teacher. I am here as a student as well. I'm gonna just lead or guide the conversation. I brought a specific subject for today, and we are gonna try to answer the question that I brought today. That's it a little bit about the platform. We normally start with a self short presentation, so we are gonna do that right now. So, Joaquin, could you please introduce yourself to us?
Yes, yes, of course. About me, my name is Joaquim Maia. I am from Portugal. I live here near Lisbon, the capital. I am 78 years old, already retired, with a son, with a daughter, and three grandsons. As a retired, I have some free time here during the day. Then I have as a habit to walk a little in the morning with my wife after breakfast. But today we can't to go outside because the weather is cold today. It's almost raining. Then today I prefer to stay here in meeting, attending the meeting in English. I prefer to stay here. I like also to read the news in the morning. Normally I start the day listening or reading the news of the day. As a hobby, I like also to travel. Every year, we make a travel abroad, and also here in Portugal. More. In some days, I like also very much to exercise. Then in the other days, I go to the gym. I to practice exercising. As a food, I like lasagna, pizza, picanha. As a dessert, I like very much the almond tart, sweet rice also, and I like all kind of fruits. And it's more or less about me.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. It's always a pleasure to have you here and knowing more about you as well. So, me, guys, my name is Christian Jimenez. I am Bolivian. I am 36. I currently live here in Brazil. I work in IT area as a tech lead. I'm married. I'm English host here in the platform, and I became French host as well some months ago. In my free time, I really enjoy playing volleyball and football when I have the time and when I have the opportunity. As well, watching TV, watching movies, and practicing new languages. I consider it one of my favorite hobbies nowadays. I think that's it a little bit about me, guys, Joaquin. So let's start with our today's immersion, today's subject. The title of today's subject is Setting Your English Language Goals for 2025. So we're going to talk about our goals, our objectives that we have for the next year related with our English learning. I think that it's a good topic to talk about to learn more from you as well. So let's read the question number one. What specific English skill, uh, speaking, listening, reading, or writing, do you want to improve in 2025? What do you think about it, Joaquin?
In 2025, I think I go to continue with the same plan in 2024. I go more to insist in the listening and the speaking, because my problem in English is more in the listening, because more or less I write, I read, but my difficulty it's more in listening, because many times I know the word, but when speaking with some people, native English, for example, my difficulty is the understanding. Sometimes I know the word, but I don't understand the word when speaking with natives. And it's also the speaking, because I start speaking English when I start attending the meetings here in TNT. I think now I am a little better in this moment, I think, but at the beginning I had some difficulties in speaking. Then, because that I think for the year 2025, I go to continue with the same plan, more with the speaking, and the listening.
Good. Thank you so much, Joaquin, for sharing your opinion and your experience. For me, I would like to improve my writing and my reading as well. I consider that currently my speaking it's going well. I think that I improved so much, and my listening. I think that my listening is the most developed so far because I I normally listen to a lot in English, so I think that it's the skill that is more evolved in me related to English. So I am trying to improve my writing. I think is the more difficult part for me because when you write, you have to write it properly. You need to know about the punctuation. You have to know how to conjugate well the verbs. I think that it's good to try to write in that way. So I am trying to improve that, and I intend to do that in the next year. So that's it a little bit about me. Let's move on to the question number two. How many hours per week can you realistically dedicate to practicing English? Do you have any specific goal for the next year, or maybe you already have some specific hours to study English nowadays, Joaquin? The question number two.
More or less, I think I dedicate, I spend maybe 2 hours per day, because in some days, I attend two classes, two meetings here in TNT, because 2 hours here in meetings, and also I listen some podcasts, and I read sometimes I read also some texts in English, essentially at night, here in my office. I dedicate, I spend some time in English. I do also some exercise in English. Then I would say more or less, on average, I spend 2 hours a day in English.
So good, so good. 2 hours is a good time for practicing every day. So congratulations. I would say that I I spent as well 1 or 2 hours every single day practicing English in different ways and the different skills in English. So I practice here while we speak in the platform in the immersion. As well, I practice writing. So I am doing that nowadays. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think in average I spend 1 to 2 hours every day practicing English, and it's important to do that every day and don't stop. And that's it. So let's move on to the question number three. It's an interesting question. So, are there any certifications like IELTS, TOEFL, or others you aim to achieve in 2025? Is it your target score? What do you think about it, Joaquin?
No, in my case, in my case, no, I'm not fight for achieve any certificate, because as you know, I am already retired, with 78 years old. My professional career is finished. Then my time here in TNT to practice English is held as a hobby. As I already said, practicing English in this moment is my first hobby in this moment. But pour achieve other goals in this moment, for me, it's not important in this moment in my life. I am here also to practice and improve English, because I like travel. I like very much to travel. Then, as you know, the English language, it's um, it's important. It's important, especially when we go abroad in traveling, for example. It's very usually if you know the English language, because as any moment, we need to find, to ask for some information. Then it's good. I think it's very useful if you know to speak the English language.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. And as already said in other immersion, I think that you are a source of inspiration, at least for me. I really admire how you dedicate your time for learning new languages. I know that you speak French as well, English and Portuguese, so it's really impressive. So thank you so much for sharing your opinions and your experience. So in my case, the next year I would like to take the IELTS test or the self test because they are important for achieving my goals and applying for an immigration program in Canada. So that's why I am trying to enhance my English here and I am preparing myself for this kind of test. In my personal opinion, those kind of tests are kind of difficult, but if I prepare it myself properly, I think that I will be able to get the score that I need, that it's at least a B1, B2 level in English. So yeah, that's my plan. Let's see if I'm gonna achieve it. Let's move on to the question number 4. So let's read this one. What types of resources, books, online courses, tutors will you use to enhance your English skills in 2025? What do you think about it, Joaquin? The question number 4.
For me, I think here I use more my resources more here online. Essentially attending the meetings, the classes here in TNT. I would say it's the main resources about my English. It's here in TNT, but also I utilize online also to listen the podcasts in English. As I said already, I utilize Duolingo to practice also the English. I listen also some podcasts in English also. And I speak also with some friends living abroad in the United States and South Africa. I have two friends that but it's more with that friends, it's more changing messages in English, not speaking, mas only to change messages in English. It's one resource where I practice more the writing in English is when I change the messages, and it's more or less what I had to say about my resources here in the online.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. So in my case, I think that I'm gonna still use the same resources that I normally use. That it's our books as well English podcast. I think that before taking the IELTS test, I will need a teacher. It can be or a mentor for maybe giving me a realistic feedback if that that my English progress and that person tell me that if I am ready to take this kind of test. I think that is important. So as well, I think that I'm gonna read more books. So because I think that is important for increasing our vocabulary. And I think that we can use it as well for practicing our speaking because if you read it out loud, I think that your mouth get used to create the words, the pronunciation part, and I think that it's so useful. So let's move on to the question number five. Thank you so much for your answers, Joaquin. So let's move on to the question number five. Do you have a specific milestone, such as giving a presentation in English or writing an essay, that you want to achieve by the end of 2025? What do you think?
No, as I said, I have not the specific milestone to achieve in this in the next year. As I said, my goal here is essential to practice the English because in my professional career. Uh, I have not, it's not necessary to practice the English. Then the English for me right now is only a hobby. Don't I have not any objective for me. I don't need to utilize the English in my career. I would say the English learning English for me in this moment is helping to a personal valorization in this moment for me.
Thanks so much, Joaquin, and I can understand your point, but it's okay. So for me, I would like to achieve the IELTS test, the band that I need, as I already said. And maybe being able to do a presentation, complete presentation in English about my career. I think that it would be a good milestone for achieving the next year. Let me see what else. Essays, I don't think so. I don't like writing. I am trying to improve it just because I need it, but maybe in the future, if I feel more comfortable about this skill. So let's move on to the question number six. The question number six. Which areas of vocabulary, business, travel, academic, daily life do you want to expand in 2025? What do you think about it?
For me, the essential for me is to practice the vocabulary related with travel and the daily life for me. It's the vocabulary more important because, as I said, I like to travel. Then when I go travel, normally I tend to practice the English related with travel. And also, for me, the most important is to practice the daily vocabulary that you need in our daily life. More or less, it's this the most easy vocabulary that I need to learn. Then it's more or less what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Joaquin, and me. Yes, I would like to expand my academic vocabulary and as well my vocabulary about my area, my field, that it's IT, technology. and as well the daily life, because there are sometimes I cannot express myself about the different daily topics, topics of the daily life. So it's something that I want to increase and learn and enhance as well. Thank you so much for your answer. We are in the question. We're going to answer the question number 7.
Seven,
So,
seven.
how will you track your progress in improving your English throughout the year? What do you think about it?
Yes, more or less. I know my progress in English. I think it's not. Sometimes I think it's not good. I think I must to to evaluate more. I think. But more or less I go to check. I go to check my evaluation in English. But I think it's the enough progress that I liked. I think I must to evaluate my progress, must evaluate more than I have in this moment. But it's weekend to do.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. And so, in my case, I think that getting a mentor or a teacher, a personal teacher, it will be a good feedback because I need that. Or as well, maybe asking here in the platform to some colleagues who know me or who knew me when I started here in the platform, because I think that I evolved so much using TNT and obviously doing different other kind of exercises. So I would say that maybe those kind of feedback will be so useful for me and for knowing as well my progress. And as well, I think the IELTS test will be the most important. How can I say it? Track of my progress. If I get the band that I need, I think that there is not more a better measurement of your progress when you take those kind of tests. So that's it about me. So let's move on to the question number 8. We are almost there.
You have any tutor extra tutor? You have
No,
any?
not yet, not yet.
Uh,
Maybe the next year, not yet.
uh,
Okay. So let's move on to the question number 8. What strategies will you use to improve your confidence when speaking English in real life situations? Go ahead.
For me, sometimes it's difficult when I speak when I speak when other people in English. Sometimes it's difficult. I try to choose the vocabulary more simple because sometimes it's difficult to find the words that you need to speak. I have a friend. I have a friend that they live. He lives in South Africa. He speak in English, and sometimes we meet each other here in online in speaking. Sometimes it's difficult to express my ideas, and I try to choose the simple words, the simple words to speak and to say to express my ideas. Sometimes is difficult.
Yeah, I totally agree. I can feel that as well because uh, expressing myself in public or with my friends in another language is kind of difficult. It's kind of tricky. You need a lot of practice. Nowadays, I feel more comfortable, but although I improve it a lot, I think that I need to practice more and I need more vocabulary. I think that's something that I need to improve the next year. Maybe exposing myself to different contexts, maybe trying to make a presentation. I participate in a English group in my church, so maybe in the next year I will try to explain to do that presentation in English. So that will really help me, I'm sure.
I think
Okay.
you have a huge progress in English. I think right now I think
Thank you so much.
you explain very well in English. I think you are much better.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. You too. You speak really well English. Let's move on to the question number 9. So let's read it. What English speaking country or communities do you plan to engage with within 2025 to practice more? Do you have any plans to maybe be visiting new countries, English speaking countries for practicing this language?
What English-speaking countries are communicated to plan engage? I think it's more in South Africa. I think it's where I have two friends. There I speak more. Then I think it's with my friends living in South Africa that I go to engage more to speak into 2025.
Excellent, excellent. I think that it would be a good strategy for practicing more and for having that kind of immersion, a complete immersion in English. In my case, I'm not sure because for us who live here in South America, it's kind of difficult to find an English speaking country, so we have to travel to another continent. So I'm not sure if I will be able to travel to those kind of countries, but I think that I am doing well by creating that kind of immersion here in my own home. That it's just listening in English, different accent, different kind of podcasts as well, different kind of speakers. I think that it's important to do that kind of variation. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna visit an English speaking country the next year. And that's it
You
about the
are
question.
seeking to you are seeking to change Brazil to another country to work or no?
Yeah, yeah, it's my intention. I'm gonna try it.
You may do one interview, I think some time ago. You made you interview, I think,
Yeah, I did in a company of Netherlands, but I didn't
Netherlands,
pass.
Netherlands,
I
yeah,
didn't pass that one.
What happened?
Yeah. So, thank you so much, and let's go to the question, our last question of
Then
today's subject. How will how will improving your English in 2025 help you achieve your long-term personal or professional goals? What do you think about it?
for me, in
Can you?
my case, as I said, improving my English is helping for my personal life. Because my professional goals finished in this moment. Then, as I said here, having here to practice the English is helping to valorize uh, my professional personal life in this moment.
Thank you so much. And me, well, I think that achieving or improving my English, I mean, my English skills in general will getting me closer of my personal goals. As already said, I would like to move to another country. For achieve that goal, I need to really enhance my English skills. So it's so important in my case, my professionals as well, because I would like to work in an English-speaking country. And for that, I need to have a good, a decent, I would say, English level. I'm not sure if I already got that English level now, but if I continue practicing, I'm sure that I will achieve that goal, or at least I will be able to find a job opportunity with my English level. That's it for today. We finish
You
our
are a
podcast.
younger man. You are a younger boy. For you is good to practice the English much.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Uh, yeah, some people t tell me that. I sometimes I consider I am not that young, but I am almost there. I think the middle, but I think I'm the right way for doing those kind of crazy things with my wife. And that's it for today.
I think you had a great future in the for you. I think because
Thank you so
I
much.
think you must to be a worker man. I think you work a lot. Then I think you have a great future in your life.
Thank you so much, Joaquin, for your words. And that's it for today's. So we finish our today's question. It was a pleasure. Just we're gonna use this moment for sharing our experience in this immersion. So, Joaquin, would you mind sharing something? Maybe that how do you find this immersion? Do you like it, or maybe it's something that you learned today?
No, the machine was very good. I liked a lot. As always, you choose a nice topic to discuss here today. We practice a lot the English conversation with you. As always, the immersion, this immersion was great. I like a lot.
Thank you so much, Joaquin, for being here, and I hope to see you in my next English immersion as well in my French immersion. So that's it. Have a wonderful morning and wonderful day as well. See you later.
Okay,
Bye bye.
thank you, Christian. Thank you.